Hey, it's Marshall from Going Gear, and today we're going to take a look at the XML version of the new ThruNite Catapult. So, what they did is they actually put the XML LED in here from CREE instead of the SST-50 from Luminus that they had in the previous version. A little bit better output and tighter beam, so it's going to give you a little bit better throw as well. Instruction manual on the inside. This is an extension tube. We'll put that on in a little bit. Spare stuff. You have a lanyard here. Spare switch in there. Spare boot cover if you want glow in the dark, you have that. Spare O-rings, and then of course the flashlight itself. Let's pull that out, take all the rest of the stuff to the side. In the default form, this will take two CR123s or two rechargeable CR123s. So we're going to go and open it up, put a couple CR123s in there so you can see the operation. Put a couple of those guys, put the switch back on. Alright, the operation of this is the same as the previous version. Click the switch, it'll turn it on, lightly press it, you have momentary activation. So click it all the way to turn it on, lightly press, momentary. When you have it on or when you have it off, if you loosen the head, you have a lower output. So nice simple interface on this. You only have two outputs, you can choose between quickly and easily. You can put an extension tube on here. One thing to note is that the original version of the Catapult, you put the extension tube between the battery tube and the tail cap. This one, you actually put between the head and the battery tube, and I will show you why. Since this is one of the most common questions that we get about these lights, I'll show you why. You see here how the threads on this end are anodized. If you put the extension tube in here, in this part right here, it's not going to make proper connection. So you want to put the extension tube here, connect it to the head, and you'll get the connection. Everything will work properly. So when you put the extension tube on there, what you can use are two 18650 batteries or four CR123s. So we're going to put a couple of 18650s in there and try it out. So you can see this end is not anodized, same as the other end, and then it just screws right on there. So take couple 18650s, couple of the truss fires that we sell, drop those in there. As with pretty much all the lights we sell, positive end goes towards the head, towards the LED. There are a couple exceptions, but by and large they all go towards the head. Alright, so we have the head back on there, same operation. Lightly press, you have momentary, click it all the way, constant on, and then you have head tightened, and then head loosened. Those are your two different outputs. As you can kind of see from what I just did, if you actually loosen this part right here, it's not going to switch modes on you. What you need to switch is this part right here. So you turn this part where that extension piece is or the battery tube piece is. That's what you loosen to switch between the modes. This is actually just the top part of the flashlight with the reflector and the bezel and everything. There you can see the LED and everything is below that. So you need to loosen up the part below the main head, and that's what will switch the modes. So just grip it down here and you can switch between. So there you go. That's the new ThruNite Catapult with the CREE XM-L LED. We're going to take it outside, compare it to the mag light that we always use, and I also have one of the older SST-50 versions just to compare it to. You can see the difference between the two. Alright, we're out here with the two Catapult versions. We've got the XML version and the SST-50, and we're going to be comparing them to the big 40 mag light that I always use. So let's go ahead and try that mag light out, see how it does first. This is the distance shot that I like to use. So there's my house at about 50 yards away, tree in the front yard that's 100 yards away, plane flying overhead, moon up there. As you can tell, 100 yards away, mag light doesn't do all that great. I can't really make anything out there with it. I can vaguely tell that there's a tree, but I can tell that more because the moon is kind of bright tonight, and the sky in the background I can see the shadow. So let's try out the Catapults and see if they give us any better light. And as you can tell, they do. Whole lot of light. This is the XML version. Ton of light coming out of this. That's 100 yards. Obviously no problem for this light. It can do 200-300 yards easy, even beyond that if the weather or the air is clear. I'll zoom in on that just so you can see what it looks like. You make out all the details on there, no problem at all. Really good light if you're looking for something that can do some good distances. A whole lot of power to it. Let's go ahead and drop it down to the lower brightness just so you can see it. If I can do it, I've got flashlights tucked under both the arms, so it's kind of hard to operate everything and the camera. But as you can tell, even still on the lower brightness, still does just fine. 50 yards, 100 yards, still make out everything really well. Let's bump it back up to the max brightness, and there is the SST-50. So you've got the XM-L on the left, SST-50 on the right. As you can tell, the SST-50, a little bit larger hotspot, but it's not quite as concentrated, so you're going to get better throw, a little bit better illumination out of the XM-L version. And the SST-50 version, not available from us anymore anyway, so the XM-L version is your only choice. But as you can tell, the XM-L version is actually brighter, so it is a better choice. So that is the ThruNite Catapult with the new CREE XM-L LED. If you like it, you can get it from us at goinggear.com. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe. We're putting out new ones all the time. And if you have any questions or comments, you can reach us in the comments, or you can reach us at the store. We do have a retail store, or you can drop us an email at goinggear.com.